Hey guys, my name is Tim Schmoyer and it's Tuesday, which means it's time to take a look at some of the online video news from last week and talk about what it means for us as creators here on YouTube. And I got a couple things to talk about with you guys about how Facebook seems to be outperforming YouTube, but we'll talk about that in a second. First of all, there's a link in the description text below this video. You can go check it out for 4 free live streaming training events that YouTube is doing for you guys throughout the next couple weeks from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific time. They have a professional director of photography coming in to teach you guys technical camera and sound, lighting fundamentals, cinematography, and shoestring production. They will all be live streamed on the YouTube Creator YouTube channel, but they would like you to register ahead of time, so you can do that. The link is in the description below to kind of learn more information about those live streaming events. Also, Facebook is seeming to overtake YouTube, and I'll talk about that, but first, I want to thank our sponsor, famebit.com. If you guys are looking to do some brand deals, integrate your content with some companies who are looking to pay and hire YouTube creators to create their stuff, and you want some of those sponsored video ad dollars, well, in the description text below, you'll find a link to go over to FameBit's website where you can easily log in and look through the whole marketplace of lots of brands who are looking for people like you to promote their stuff. Find one that will fit your channel, submit your proposal, and then FameBit makes it easy for you to interact directly with that brand or that company in order to get your video made and get you paid. So if you're looking for some brand deals, check out the link in the description text below and go check out famebit.com. So here's the deal with Facebook, guys. They've been getting more and more into online video, kind of setting themselves up to compete with YouTube for some of those ad dollars and keeping people on their platform rather than just sending them all to YouTube. And they've been working on that really hard for the past year. Well, some reports came out that said, hey, Facebook is now getting more views than YouTube is. And I don't think that's true, because YouTube and Facebook they count views very differently. So on YouTube, a view is a user-initiated playback, where on Facebook, if you're just scrolling through your feed, an autoplay is considered a view. So some people, instead of comparing views between the two platforms, instead they decided to compare sharing. And a lot of people are jumping on the viral video that John Lewis had, looking at how many people are sharing the YouTube version of that video versus how many people are sharing the Facebook version of that video, which is uploaded directly to Facebook by John Lewis. In the first 24 hours, that video was shared 156,000 times on Facebook versus the first 24 hours on YouTube, where it was only shared 47,000 times. So the conclusion a lot of people are making is, hey, Facebook is way more powerful. That's where we should be spending our money and promoting and getting into more than YouTube. And I would say there's nothing wrong with that. I've actually been experimenting with Facebook video here myself lately, and I want to share you guys a couple tips in a second here that I've been learning about Facebook video. But one, you really can't compare like one video, because like if these guys have like no audience on YouTube, but let's say they've been investing a ton into building like their company's Facebook fan page, like you can see how that could happen, right? If they have no YouTube presence at all. And you also have to consider the demographic or the target audience that you're going after with that video. Generally speaking, very generally speaking, the people on Facebook is a different audience and demographic than the people on YouTube. And then you also have to factor in like how much money did they spend to promote this video on Facebook and to sponsor it and push it there and to boost those posts versus on YouTube. Did they spend anything, or they just kind of put it there and let it go? So what it comes down to for me is that there's many things we have to look at, not just total view counts or not just total sharing numbers, but there's many other factors that go into whether or not Facebook or YouTube is better for you. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below about which you think is more engaging. I think right now that Facebook is kind of like at an edge, because people on Facebook, like, they weren't used to seeing a lot of video before. People on YouTube, like, we're totally used to seeing video in our subscription feeds, like that's why we come here, you know? But if you're on Facebook and you're not used to that, like every time you're scrolling through your feed, you're like, oh, something's moving, like it catches your eye and it's way more engaging. But I think eventually over time, as people get more used to seeing like autoplay videos and things in their feed, I think over time people will just become, you know, learn to ignore that, just like they learn to ignore a lot of the ads and things like that. Now, with all that said, I have been experimenting with Facebook video over the past few weeks. If you like the Video Creators Facebook page, maybe you have noticed. I'm going to show you guys here what my experiment has been and show you my exact numbers, all other things considered equal on here, and let you guys see what I have been seeing. And then I want to give you guys a tip about the tactic that I've been using to get these viewers on the Facebook video over to the YouTube video. But first of all, what you see here is a couple of my videos. So I would post both the image with the link in the description of that image to point to the YouTube video, just like I have normally done. The images take up a lot of screen real estate for people who are scrolling through their feed, and they really don't require a whole lot of interaction or time from you to decide whether or not you want to watch that video. And then either a few hours later or the next day, I would upload maybe a 20 to 30 second video clip of that video to the Facebook page. And as you can see, generally speaking, it got far more many impressions in the Facebook feed than my image did. However, they really didn't get too many more actual click-throughs from Facebook to YouTube as the images did. So yes, more people saw the video, but fewer percentage of people actually engaged with it as they would the photo. So here's what I was doing with the video. I would take the first 20, 30 seconds or so of my video on YouTube, and I would cut it off at like a pretty good like teaser type of like spot where you'd be like, what? I want to know what happens after that, or what's the next information that's coming, or something like that. And then before I actually publish it, after I just select the file, I would click to set that optional call to action. I would scroll down to the bottom and click watch more, and then I would put the YouTube video URL in there with the time set to start playing the video on YouTube at the same spot where the video on Facebook left off. So if the video on Facebook was 20 seconds long, then I would start the YouTube video at 20 seconds in, so people can continue watching it feeling like they had a more seamless experience. The way that watch more feature works on Facebook is that when people are done watching the video on Facebook, there's a button there where they can click more to go continue watching, and then they will just keep watching it on YouTube. And one other little bonus tip for you guys, I learned that if I tag myself, like personally, in the video, then those videos often got far more many impressions than I actually have likes on the page. Maybe because like my page at this point of this recording has like 700 some likes, whereas I have, I don't even know like how many thousands of friends plus followers, so that probably accounts for that. So if you are in that same position, it might be worth it to tag yourself in your video and get a lot of extra impressions from people who know you personally or are following your personal profile but aren't actually connected to your business or your channel's page in any way. I am going to continue to experiment with Facebook video because I do think that Facebook is going to continue, and then we'll have something else to talk about here besides YouTube. So I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date as I continue to learn more about leveraging Facebook for video as well. And I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below. Anything that you have learned that could help me out or the rest of us as creators. How have you used Facebook video? How have you found it to be effective for you? Do you use it to drive traffic to your YouTube channel? And if so, how do you do that? And I actually have a couple other links and stories to talk with you guys about today, but I will be posting those over on the Video Creators Patreon page for those of you guys who are supporting this channel and helping make all this possible. Thanks for hanging out, guys. If this is your first time here, I would love to have you subscribe. Every Tuesday, we take a look at the online video news, talk about what it means for us as creators, kind of like you just saw here. Tomorrow on Wednesdays, you can use some YouTube tips, ideas, suggestions, and advice. And then on Thursday, we use some YouTube Q&A where I take a question from one of you guys and do my best to answer it. And I do all of this because I really believe that a lot of you guys have messages that the world needs to hear. And I want to do everything that I can to help you guys spread those messages so that people who need to find you and hear what you have to say can just find you and hear what you have to say and become a part of your YouTube channel's community. So thank you for letting me help you guys grow your audiences and your YouTube channel. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.